gave us this country, to place Nigeria on the map of an independent nation. We must never allow the labor of those who came before us to wither in vain, but to blossom and bring forth a better reality. Let us take the next great step. The journey they began and believed in. Today, let us commit our steps to placing Nigeria in our hearts as the indispensable home for each and every one of all, regardless of creed, ethnicity, or place of birth. To my supporters, I thank you. To who did vote for me, I thank you as well. I extend my hand across the political divide. I ask you to grasp the national affinity and brotherhood. For me, political polarization has faded away. All I see here are Nigerians. All of you. May we uphold this vision, an excellent notion as a new Nigeria idea. My fellow citizens, Nigeria idea, which I speak of, is more than just an improvement in economic and statistics. These things are important, but they can never convey the fullness of our story. Our mission is to improve our ways of life in a manner that nurtures our humanity, encourages compassion towards one another, and duly reward our collective effort to social evil that seek to divide us. Our Constitution gave us a nation on paper. We must work hard at bringing these noble documents to life by strengthening the bond of economic collaboration, social cohesion, and cultural understanding. Let us develop a shared sense of fairness and equality. South must not only seek good for itself, but must understand that interest are served where goods come to the north. North must not steal the south likewise. Whether from the winding creeks of Niger Delta, the fastness of northern Savannah, the boardroom of Lagos, the building bustling capital of Abuja, as easy market of Onitsha. to our own people. As your president, I shall serve you with prejudice towards none, but compassion and amity towards all. In the coming days and weeks, my team will publicly detail the key aspects of our economic program. Today, permit me to outline in broad terms a few initiatives that define our concept of progressive good governance and furtherance of the Nigerian idea. The principles that will guide our administration are very simple. Nigeria will be impartially governed according to the rule of law, Constitution. We shall defend the nation from terror and all forms of criminality that threaten the peace and stability of our country. We shall remodel our economy to bring our growth and develop the GDP much better, achieve the GDP much better than we have today. I assure you. Do that through job creation, food security, and an end to extreme poverty. In our administration, women and youth will feature prominently. Our government will continue to take proactive steps, such as championing a credit culture, to discourage corruption while strengthening the effectiveness and efficiency of the various anti-corruption agencies. That's to be a continued work in progress. Security shall be top priority of our administration, because neither prosperity nor justice can prevail amid insecurity and violence. To effectively tackle this, we shall reform both our security doctrine and its architecture. We shall invest more in our security personnel, and it means more than an increase in number. We shall provide better training, equipment, pay, and power. On the economy, we target a GDP not less than 6% growth. We aim to accomplish all of this by taking the following steps. Budgetary reform, stimulating the economy without engendering inflation. Industrial policy, to utilize the full range of domestic manufacturing and lessen import dependency. The electricity will become more accessible and affordable to businesses and homes alike. Power generation should nearly double, and transmission and distribution network must improve significantly. We will encourage various state governments to continue to participate in this effort. Power generation and distribution of their own. I have a message for our investors, local and foreign. Our government shall review all the complaints about multiple taxation. And review various anti-investment inhibitions. We shall ensure that investors and foreign businesses repatriate their hard-earned dividends and profits home. My administration must create meaningful opportunities for our youth. We shall honor our campaign commitment of 1 million jobs in the digital economy. Our government also shall work with the National Assembly to fashion an omnibus job and prosperity bill. This will give our administration the policy space to embark on labor-intensive infrastructural development, improvement, encourage light industry, provide improved social services for the poor, elderly, and vulnerable. On agriculture, rural income shall be secured by commodity exchange board, guaranteeing minimum prices for certain crops. Animal products, a nationwide program for the storage and facilities to reduce spoilage and waste. All of that will be undertaken. Agricultural hubs will be created throughout the nation to increase production and engage in credit, promote credit, engage in value-added processing. The livestock will introduce the best modern practices and steps taken to minimize the perennial conflict. Through this, food will be made more abundant, yet less costly. Farmers shall earn more while the average Nigerians pay less. On infrastructure, we shall continue the effort of the Buhari administration on infrastructure development and know and many railroad and water construction are on fuel subsidy. Unfortunately, the budget that I've glimpsed before I assumed office and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone. Subsidy can no longer justify an ever increasing cost and the wake of dry resources. We shall instead channel whatever to fund to better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs that will materially improve life for our people. Monetary policy. Though house cleaning, thorough house cleaning is necessary. The central bank must work towards a unified exchange rate. This will direct the fund from arbitrage to meaningful investment and the plant and equipment, jobs that are powered, that will power the real economy. Interest rate needs to come down. Currently too high. Anti-people, anti-business. We have to work on all of them. To me, I know I've taken you through a winding time, a long time today. I will end this speech by assuring that the mandate you have given me is not misplaced. The confidence is there. Hope is back for Nigeria. Just let us be united. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Federal Republic.
Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the inaugural address by the new President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinunbu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Please may we put our hands together once more for His Excellency, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic.
Excellences, invités distingués, Mesdames et Messieurs, vous venez d'entendre l'allocution présidentielle de Son Excellence, le Président de la République fédérale du Nigeria et commandant en chef des forces armées du Nigeria, Son Excellence, Président Bola Ahmed Tinunbu, JCRF. Merci, Excellence, et félicitations.
Thank you very much. At the end of the inaugural address, what we'll be witnessing next is the 3 hearty cheers.
Tinunbu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Hep, hep, hep. Hep, hep, hep. Hep, hep, hep. Right with the place. Headrest. Replace. Headrest. Shoulder arms. National slow. Present arms.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please may we all rise for the 21-gun salute. Officers and warrant officers uniform are to salute, and may I respectfully request our distinguished guests not to panic at the sound of the artillery guns by the State House Artillery Battery. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, n'ayez pas peur s'il vous plaît. Le son que vous ont, c'est le son de ce qu'on appelle triple canon. Ça c'est à l'honneur du président élu, le président Bola Ahmed Tinunbu. C'est juste pour le respecter. Merci beaucoup. N'ayez pas peur s'il vous plaît.
may I request you remain standing to sing the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you. At the end of the national anthem, the parade commander will now ride to take permission from the special guest of honor to march off the colors and the rest of the parade. Please, may I request we all rise as a mark of respect while officers and warrant officers in uniform. Presidential permission has been sought and graciously granted there by His Excellency, the Special Guest of Honor, which brings us to the end of today's unique and historic occasion, which is the swearing-in ceremony of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. On behalf of the Central Organizing Planning Committee, members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigeria Police, we appreciate the Special Guest of Honor and other invited guests for being with us to mark this historic occasion, which is the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces.
All right, there you have it, the speech by the President, Bola Tinunbu. You have to get used to that, actually. You need to get used to it. You have to get used to that because, I mean, what a speech it was. Because looking through that speech, some very key highlights. He spoke about agriculture, the economy, infrastructure, security, and some of them, I mean, the fuel subsidy, for instance, says it's gone. They have to work towards a unified exchange rate.
He said it is gone.
It is gone.
Subsidy is gone.
And you know the big talk about fuel subsidy to be or not to be. Different governments went back and forth about the fuel subsidy, but he categorical from the get-go that it is gone.
And he said he will unify the exchange rate. There won't be multiple exchange rate any longer, and there will be a lot of house cleaning when it comes to fiscal policy in the country, monetary and fiscal policies.
It'll be very interesting to see what economic analysts have to say in the coming days, Sean, because the president has tried to signal or give a very strong signal that he is going to be focusing largely on the economy. I mean, there was a very broad header for security, but the economy, even which had its own heading, was further broken down into the many different aspects. Very quickly on his inaugural address, or in his inaugural address, you'll see that jobs is very high up that list, followed immediately by agriculture. Then you see the talk around infrastructure, fuel subsidy, monetary policy, foreign policy, each one of them occupying their pride of place and, you know, focusing very intently on what precisely intends to do. For instance, in agriculture, he's talking about commodity boards coming on board and securing the income of rural farmers. I'm sure that's something that will gladden their heart, only if they're able to get to their farms and able to work successfully on the land.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, we have
Yeah, it's a speech I had thought he will give, and I'm very proud of him. It shows courage. It shows someone who wants to take the bull by the horn. It shows a man who is prepared for this office. Like I said somewhere before, we've had a lot of people come into office unprepared or accidentally. But this speech tells us that we're having a president who, for the first time since we came back to democracy in 1999, who is actually prepared for the office.
I mean, when you spoke about being prepared for the office and making that announcement about subsidy, it is huge, it's big. And not that several people who have an opinion about it, not that they're opposed to outright removal of the subsidy, but it's about those safety nets and those measures that are supposed to put in place. But now, yeah, when you say he's prepared, many will expect a lot from that.
Yeah, I will expect that there are safety nets. I will expect that there are plans and there are purposes. And like Malcolm said earlier on, these things will be unveiled in the coming days. But it is clear that he knows what he wants from day one. He's not beating about the bush. He's not pretending. He's not talking under the table. He's talking straight to Nigerians. He's telling Nigerians exactly what he wants to do. He's telling Nigerians what he's prepared and has planned to do. And I can assure Nigerians it is going to be better days ahead.
The president indeed is leaving the arena now, which marks the end of the presidential inauguration 2023, the beginning of another administration, a 4-year tenure, just as the Constitution has provided. Bola Tinunbu Kashim Shettima in the saddle, it means a whole lot of things in the economy, in the security, and of course in the unity of Nigeria, because he said it, he's stretching his hands across board to inviting people to unite Nigerians. He's asked for that, and hopefully we'll see how he moves ahead from today.
You know, as a new occupant in the villa, and as he makes his way living here, probably heading there, because I mean, you do remember when President Buhari also did the same thing. He went straight to the villa, pretty new environment and culture. He tried to get used to the environment, but with that speech, I tell you, it will get a lot of people thinking, talking, expecting, analyzing this speech. Who doesn't want to unify the exchange rates?
Going out in the same order in which they came, but you can see this time around a new occupant in that vehicle being escorted by policemen on horseback, wearing their ceremonial attire. Gentlemen, I think that needs to be emphasized, because this is a democratic dispensation, and that's why the police are the one leading the president, even though he's the commander-in-chief, and yes, he has inspected the armed forces here, but he is being led out of this place, this venue, by policemen on horseback. Very significant indeed.
Very much. It might be a short travel from the Eagle Square to the presidential villa, but the 4-year journey is not going to be an easy one. He said it, Kashim Shettima said it, the vice president, that it's not going to be rosy. It's going to be a tedious journey, but we're looking forward to how these two will perform as they come into the side.
But will it be 4 years, Ayo? Just asking you, with all the matters in court.
Yeah, it will be 4 years first, and hopefully, if they do very well, which we expect they will do, I expect they will do very well, they should get a second term if the result is what they have promised today. If they deliver a result that is conversant with what they said.
If I could just jump in and ask you, I mean, being someone who's also, you know, about the economy as well, when you read this kind of speech, how quickly should people expect some of these changes to materialize?
Well, you know, you always have the one you call the short term, you have the one you call the mid terms, and the one that will be longer term. I'm sure the subsidy will be one of the short ones. It looks like it's something he wants to do, because I think he has made mention of that in about 2-3 times in his speeches, even before today. So it looks like something that will be done very fast. It looks like the exchange rate unification will also be done very fast, because those areas are the two things I've seen him emphasize upon even before today. So I expect Nigerians to begin to see this to happen within the coming days.
Ayoyalo, thank you so much indeed. We're also now being joined by a former Speaker of the House of Assembly in Lagos State, one man that worked closely with the President Bola Tinunbu. He was in charge. He was the chair of the House of Assembly in Lagos State, while Bola Tinunbu was the executive governor in Lagos State. But now he joins us right here in the former Speaker of the House of Assembly in Lagos. So thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
How does this feel with you today? How does this come to you?
I'm just so excited. I mean, I feel so happy. I know that this is a new beginning for Nigeria, and we're looking forward to a very bright future. We are looking forward to a nation of action, a government that will actually engage the people, and the people can engage the government.
I mean, you have worked with him closely when you were Speaker in Lagos. Now he's given his speech. Different people will internalize this speech differently. What should we expect from him in terms of his mode of operation?
Honestly, I mean, his speech moved me a lot, and I still feel very emotional about it, because I know Bola Tinunbu very well. He says it and he follows his words. I mean, he does not beat about the bush. Whatever he says is true. I told people just a few days ago during an interview like this that I expect him to hit the ground running, and he has demonstrated that. Look, policy statements have come out just like that within the first few minutes of his presidency, and I know he's going to follow it to the letter.
How quickly do you think that we will begin to see the people who will help actualize his policies appointed?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I expect his administration to hit the ground running, and so it's not going to take a long time before he comes up with the list of his cabinet members and so on. And I'm sure even tonight we're going to have some of the key people named. But I mean, between now and tomorrow, I expect that.
I mean, the time you worked on Yemi Ikuforiji, on a final note, the time you worked with Bola Tinunbu, he was a younger Tinunbu. He was more charismatic.
Just like it was a younger Yemi Ikuforiji.
So, I mean, what are your expectations? What are those things that we do not generally know about the Bola Tinunbu that is today the president that Nigerians should look out for?
Well, I know one thing. When it comes to governance, he has a lot of respect for the rule of law. He believes very much in the separation of power, that, I mean, the three arms work independently but interdependently as well. I mean, and I know that there are some salient things. I won't be surprised if some people who are expecting offices and so on right now get disappointed. He will look deeply.
Is that his modus operandi?
Yeah, that's the way he operates.
He throws out surprises.
He looks deeply and he throws surprises when it's needed. I mean, you will find him looking for the round peg to put in the round hole. Some may be thinking politics all the time, but to him, yes, politics is over now, is governance. And I know that's what he's going to do.
All right. Honorable Yemi Ikuforiji.
Yeah, just a moment. What should we expect from? Because we know about NERD, resident doctors, we know health sector, ASU. Several of them went on strike last time. How does he approach this kind of issues?
No, with Bola Tinunbu, you can expect round table discussion all the time. Whenever there is an issue, he does not put it behind anything. He goes straight, frontally, confront whatever be the issue, brings people to the table. He doesn't look down on anyone. In as much as you have something to give, he brings you to the table. You discuss. I mean, you may agree to disagree, but he will definitely allow each and every group, every section to have his word. So,
Honorable Yemi Ikuforiji, a former Speaker of the House of Assembly in Lagos, congratulations to you, because I know you're a very close ally of Bola Tinunbu. The journey has been from Bola Tinunbu, the governor of Lagos State, now the president of Nigeria, and I know that most of you have looked forward to this day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Like we say in Lagos, know your food, know your food.
Thank you so much indeed.
So there you go.